the altar will become sanctified. Anything that touches the altar becomes sanctified. Allegorically, we all collectively and individually constitute the world's altar. The altar was the means by which material reality ascended to divinity. Similarly, each of us possesses the ability, and therefore the same ability, and therefore the responsibility to elevate the material world by using it for holy purposes. What is the Mizbeach doing? Take something that is physical. Take the sheep, place it in the Mizbeach, it's burnt, ascending on high, become spiritual. With our physical body can become an altar also. It can be elevated. Anything that was fit to be offered up on the altar became holy as soon as it touched the altar, meaning that it had to be offered up. It could not be de-sanctified and used for mundane purposes. The moment it touched the altar, it has to go on the altar. Likewise, we should strive to imitate the altar in this regard. We should aspire to be so saturated with divine consciousness that anything that we touch, anything that we come in contact with, provided that it is fit, permitted to us by the Torah, will become irrevocably infected by our holiness. We will thereby progressively transform the world into God's ultimate home. And then the Geulah part, it says, this is from Machazeh Avraham. You shall put the 2 stones upon the shoulder straps of the ephod as stones of remembrance for the sons of Israel. The 2 shoham stones alludes to the great resurrection, the time of Tchias HaMesim. At that time, our bodies will become radiant with spirituality, as was Adam's before his sin. The word oil, or with the letter ayin, meaning skin, will transform into or, with the letter aleph, meaning light. Our bodies that are comparable to stones shall become as gemstones that sparkle with luminous. The Shom stones are described as stones of remembrance, for essential principle of Judaism, of Yiddishkeit, is to constantly remember God's promise to perform the great resurrection in the future era. Remember, we discussed it before. It says that what was the Adam Harishon wearing before he made the kutonis oil? He was wearing kutonis oil. Oil and oil, one with an aleph and one with an ayin. So the garments that he was wearing was garments of light prior to the sin. And we can bring it back, time of Mashiach, to be a garment of light. Become radiant with spirituality as was Adam before his sin. Radiant with spirituality as Adam was before his sin. That's what Yaakov